Hi, it's Matt from Go Green Auto. So here we have a Nissan E-NV200, obviously. This is a fully electric van. It's got the 24 kilowatt hour battery pack. It's a 2014. It's an Acenta Rapid Plus. So that means it's got the DC CHAdeMO rapid charging, and it's also got the upgraded 6.6 kilowatt AC charger. That's the plus bit. And this van has only done 12,000 miles since new, and it is just in stunning condition. So let's talk about the condition, because obviously that's the primary purpose of these videos. I don't hide anything. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know I point out every little tiny stone chip mark or scratch I can find. I don't hide anything. There's absolutely no point, and then that gives people the confidence to buy the vehicle from afar without coming to view it first, and then I can deliver the vehicle to you, and I can deliver these anywhere in the country, and it will come to you on a flatbed or a trailer. So a very low mileage one, this one. It really is in fantastic condition for the age. I suspect probably the best condition 2014 E-NV200 there is. There's just a couple of little things I'm going to point out to you, but all really minor and pretty insignificant. So it is completely dent free and scratch free. There's just a couple of little chips in the paint where I've had to dab a little bit of touch-up stick, and that's mainly, I suspect, where the sign written has been removed, because it was previously sign written. If you can see lots of black spots, they're not chips, they are flies. It is absolutely covered in flies. I've parked beside the field here on the edge of the trading estate to get away from the road noise, and the flowers have gone and all the flies have come out and stuck all over the van. Anyway, so not much to point out along this side. There's a little bit of scratching on the plastic wheel trim, but yeah, no, it's just a plastic wheel trim, not bad enough to replace. There's a little there was three little nicks in the paint here where sign written has previously been removed, and I've dabbed a bit of white paint and lacquer on there, and there's another little bit there, and that's it down this side. It had previously been sign written, and in certain, well, when I first got it, you could see the writing down here, and it said BT Fleet, and I have polished it, tried to polish it out, and actually I cannot see any evidence of it at all. But in certain lights you might just see it very faintly. It's much fainter than other white vans where sign written's removed, but of course when you get that vinyl lettering, you're covering the paint, and the normal the rest of the paint obviously fades with age because of the UV light, and then when you remove the vinyl you do have a different a slightly different less faded paint. I'm trying to get my words out. So you can often see it when the sunlight hits it at certain angles, but as you can see, I'm looking at all different angles and I cannot see any evidence of it here at all. But anyway, it's a BT Fleet down that side on the back and on the bonnet, and of course on the other side. But no, it's pretty much gone, and I can't see it at all in this light. And then continuing around here, there's nothing to point out. I would just say everything I'm going to point out I've taken pictures of, and if you go on the website of the photo gallery you can zoom into the pictures and have a good look in detail, and all the other information about the van is on there, including tyre tread depths and that sort of thing. Looking around the front, there's absolutely nothing to point out, no stone chips or anything apart from lots of little bugs. It's also all been waxed as well. Round this side we've got a little bit of scratching around the edge of that wheel trim. You're always going to get that on the near side. There's a little mark there on the plastic mirror cap. It's not really a scratch, it's just obviously where they've hit a post or something, and it's a little bit of paint in there. And there's a couple of little nicks down this side. There they are on the door, one there and one there. I've had to dab a bit of paint in there again. And that's about it. Oh, wheel trim here. The wheel trim's got a little, it's been caught and it's got a little crack in it there. It looks worse there because this bit is pointing up, but it's right where the valve stem. But again, not bad enough to replace it. They're just plastic wheel trims at the end of the day. And then round the back, we've got a reversing camera there. Really tidy. That back bumper's very tidy. It did have that chevron highway stickers at the bottom, you know, where you get that yellow and red diagonal lines. I think they call it section 29 or section 9, something like that. Anyway, that was from there down. I have removed it, and the paint is slightly different colour again because of fading. It's a slightly different colour. I think possibly the yellow from the fluorescent stripes has sort of seeped through a little bit and has left a slight discoloration of that paint, but very, very slight. And at certain lights you cannot see it at all, so it's very mild. It's just in this light you can see that that bottom section is slightly different to the top, but I think actually is getting, I only removed it a couple of days ago, and it's getting better the longer it's left. I think it is slowly disappearing. But as I said, I don't hide anything, and if I hadn't have pointed out, you probably wouldn't have noticed. And then looking on the inside, it's really tidy. It's fully ply lined. It's obviously had a very little use. We got a new charge cable down there. The only things I'll just point out here is this ply lining here on this section has got a crack in the middle where something's obviously pushed in the middle there where it's not supported. All fine on that side. We've got full length ply on the rear doors, and there is a little puncture hole on that side. But yeah, all very tidy. Normally with these fans, these latches rust and you get water and dirt trapped in there, but I haven't even taken that off. It's all just really clean and tidy, this one. And then looking on the inside, I got my bit of paper there on the mats, but we've got new carpet mats down there. And yeah, just, you know, what you'd expect for a van that's only done 12,000 miles. Really tidy. It still looks like new. With these E-NV200s, they tend to get wear on the seats because of the height of these seats. It's a bit different to other vans. They're not high enough up that you actually use the step here to step up into the van, but they're not low enough that when you get out you lift yourself up off the seat. So what you actually end up doing is sliding your bum across the edge of this bolster, getting in and out all the time. And Nissan E-NV200s have more wear on their seats than other vans, and these bolsters wear out at quite low mileage on the E-NVs. But this one is all original and really good, as you can see. It's even still got the roughness of the steering wheel. These plastic wheels tend to wear as well, but you know, it's just all looking really nice and genuine. And then if I just start it up, just let that boot up, we've got radio, CD, and this has got telephone, hands-free, Bluetooth. We've got climate control. This has got pre-conditioning as well. We don't have the heat pack on this, so it doesn't have the heated seats and heated steering wheel. But you can also see in here all the plastics are all just scratch free and all still looking like new. It's in really nice condition. And then let's just scroll round to charge times on there. So there's the charge times, and we can see we've got a 6 kilowatt and a 3 kilowatt charge time. So that shows us it has got the upgraded 6.6 AC charger up front. And there's the mileage, 12,525 miles. And then using these buttons here, I'll just scroll round. We can see there the average economy, 1.4 miles. I've put a new 12 volt battery up front, and it hasn't done any driving yet. So it's got to learn a bit of driving history before the guessometer will get more accurate. So it's showing 73 miles at the moment, but of course that's not particularly accurate because it needs a bit of driving history. But we can see here battery is at 100%, and there's the capacity. It's still got 12 bars, and yeah, I think that's all I need to show you there. So range of these is somewhere around about the 80 mile mark. As with all electric vehicles, it depends how you drive, and it also depends whether it's summer or winter. But yeah, apart from that, it's standard E-NV200 stuff in here. It's just really clean and tidy. And then we've got here a bag of hooks that go on the rails inside the back, so you can adjust your tie down, your lashing points. And then here we've got the paperwork. This does have 2 keys. There are 2 remote keys like that. I've got the other one actually in my pocket. So we've got all the books, including the radio code card, quick start guide, everything like that, and the service book. However, the service book hadn't been stamped from the previous owner, but we've got a service history printout. So let's do the V5 first. So V5, 2 keepers from new, 1 former keeper. This has come from BT. It was a BT fleet vehicle, but the previous keeper was actually Nissan GB. So I'm not sure whether this is a demo vehicle or what, but they had it for the first 2 years. Yes, they had it for 2 years, and then BT have had it. Anyway, the registration date is the 30th of the 9th 2014. So I've got here a service printout from BT, and it's had 3 services, and it's just had an MOT. And here's the MOT test. That's the old one. There's a new one. So the MOT is until the 16th of June 2021, and it was done at 12,482 miles, and we've only done 525 miles, so it's only just been done. I've also serviced this again. It's had new wiper blades on the front, new 12-volt battery, new cabin filter, checked all the brakes, a full inspection. I've also rebalanced the wheels as well, not that they needed it, but while they were off I thought, why not? So yes, it's all checked out, everything works as it should do, and all ready for the new owner. So let's just talk about charging. You can open the charge flap from that lever there under the dash, and at the front here you've got your charge ports. So this is a rapid model, so you have the DC rapid charging port. This is a 50 kilowatt CHAdeMO port, and this is what you would use on the roadside to get that very quick charge. So this will charge the van to 80% in about 20 to 30 minutes. And then this is your AC charging port, so this is what you would use back at base, at work, or at home, or on the roadside slow charging ports. And as I said, this has got the upgraded charger. So a standard, these are a 3.6 kilowatt charger, and this has got the upgraded one, so it upgrades it to 6.6 kilowatt, which is 30 amp, and it means the AC charging is that little bit quicker. So this is typically overnight charging, or when you're back at base at lunchtime getting top-ups throughout the day, and this is your rapid charging that you would do on the roadside to extend the range with that very quick 20 to 30 minute charge. And then here's your charge cable. So type 1 this end, which goes into the front of the van, type 2 this end, which goes into a charging unit, and all home, workplace and public chargers are all type 2. So that's a new cable, as I said, 32 amp cable. So typically your charging is going to be overnight when you're not using the van. I can also supply a granny cable, a portable charger, and I do a free loan of those. So you ultimately would get a wall charger installed, but in the meantime you can use that portable charger to charge the van from a normal main socket using a 3-pin plug. They do take longer because those can only draw 10 amp, whereas if you're charging on a proper wall charger you would charge at 30 amp. But it means you can start charging your vehicle straight from the off, and of course every building has main sockets, so you can charge your van anywhere. They're very useful if you're on site during the day, because you can get a top up from a main socket using that portable charger. So I do a free loan of those. So I supply the cable with the vehicle, you've got to pay for it, and if you don't want to keep it when your charger is installed and you no longer need it, then you can return it to me and I'll give you a full refund, hence why it's a free loan, and the full details are on the website. But many people end up keeping them because they're very handy things to have. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. The other thing I'll just say is because this is zero emission, there's no road tax currently. They also, if you're in London, you don't pay, they're exempt from the congestion zone and low emission zone charges. And if you do regularly drive into the zone, then there's also the Transport for London scrappage scheme. So if you're scrapping if you've got a dirty diesel and you move to electric and you can scrap that old diesel van, then there's a grant of £9,500 you can get to go towards the cost of your new van. Actually, you have to get the van first and then you can claim the grant, but it pays a huge chunk of the van, and these vans then pay for themselves in an incredibly short amount of time. Just talk about running costs. The difference between a diesel and an electric, roughly 2p a mile, 3p a mile, something like that, to run an electric vehicle. Depends on your electricity rate and what you pay for charging, whereas it's sort of 14p a mile roughly for running a diesel. So huge savings to be made, and obviously the biggest saving is to our health and to the planet, because you're not emitting pollution. So this van is ready to go. As I said, I can deliver these anywhere in the country. The full details are on the website, so anything else I haven't covered, it will be there on the website, so have a look at that. And if you're interested, then give me a call or email.